A very good morning to all the students of class ninth. Students, we had finished with our grammar topic, tenses. Now, we will start with the lesson 2, The Sound of Music, from your book, Beehive. Children, before we start this lesson, let me just introduce you to it that in this lesson you have two parts. First is Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. And the second part of the lesson is the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Both the lessons are beautifully written. Both gives you a glimpse about the life of Evelyn Glennie and Bismillah Khan, the sacrifices, the struggles they had since their childhood, and how they were able to accomplish their aim that they had set up for. So, we'll begin with the first part of the lesson. Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. You all must be wondering when you read this first line, you must be wondering, what is it? Listening to sound and not hearing it? How is it possible? This was made possible only by whom? By none other than Evelyn Glennie. Let's read this. Before you read, God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So, this is a lovely, you could say these are the lovely lines said by someone for Evelyn Glennie, where the person has told about Evelyn Glennie that God may have taken something from her, and that was hearing ability. Evelyn Glennie could not hear, but she was given something extraordinary. And what was that? She could sense the music, she could feel the music, and she could feel the music far more deeply than any of us. Children, we all have 2 ears. We listen to the music, but some of you or many of us might not be able to feel it. Then, how Evelyn Glennie would feel the music? That is why she expresses music so beautifully. She could feel the music far more deeply than any of us, and therefore she could express it beautifully too. You will find in the chapter, you will find in the part of this lesson how she could express it beautifully. Read the following account of a person who fought against a physical disability and made her life a success story. Students, difficult circumstances will always surround you. You must have observed all over the world people with different kind of disabilities, but despite that, they achieve the heights of success. And how is it possible? It is possible only just because of their hard work and determination towards their aim. They just do not think about anything else. They just have one thing in their mind, and that is facing the challenges, putting on every single effort they could, and with strong willpower and determination. This is what generally people who are successful follows. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. So the first scene of the chapter starts with the train platform. There is a platform and there is a rush of people, crowd of people who are rushing towards the platform, going for picking up their own train. Jostle means push roughly, pushing each other roughly. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. So, children, here The description about Evelyn Glennie is given. There is a train platform. She is not even 17 years old. She is a normal girl, slight girl, who looks quite nervous, but on the other hand, equally excited. And she could feel the vibrations of the train approaching towards the platform. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager. Daunting means frightening, frightened enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician means a person who wants to be a great musician, faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Now, it was her first day at the Royal Academy of Music in London. She belonged to Scotland, from a fresh Scottish farm, going to a huge city, London, having so many bigger dreams for herself, ready to face the challenges that the life is going to throw at her. And the most challenging thing was that she was profoundly deaf. She could not hear. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. Now, Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing was not very sudden, it was gradual. Slowly and slowly, she was losing her power of hearing. Her mother remembers one incident. What happened one day that when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano, they called her name, but she didn't move. Then her mother actually realized that there is something wrong with her. For quite a while, Evelyn was managed to hide her growing deafness from friends and teachers, but she could not conceal it furthermore. By the end, she was 11 years old. Her marks started to deteriorate. She could not perform well. She could not get good marks. And due to her bad performance, her headmistress called out to her parents and informed them about the result of Evelyn, that she isn't performing really well and there is some issue, there is some problem with her. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. When she was taken to a specialist, it was found that her hearing was severely damaged. It was becoming weak every single day with the damage of the gradual nerve damage. They were advised that school should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. Now, when she was taken to a specialist, it was advised to her that she should be fitted with hearing aids so that she could hear and sent to a school for the deaf. There was a different school for the deaf people, so her specialist recommended her to go to the school of a deaf and she should be fitted with hearing aids. Suddenly, when Evelyn found herself to be in such dilemma, she was totally blank. Everything looked black around her. She thought herself, her life to be total black. She couldn't think of a bright future. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. Evelyn was not going to give up. She had already made up her mind that she's not going to lose hope. She's going to continue her journey. She's going to pursue her interest of music, and she will not let down by any kind of bad phase of her life, any kind of bad circumstances that she faced. She was quite determined and she decided to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed that a girl is playing a xylophone. You can see here the picture of a xylophone. So she noticed a girl playing xylophone and she decided that she wanted to play it too. During her life, most of the people discouraged her, most of the teachers discouraged her, but there was one person whose name was Ron Forbes. Ron Forbes was a percussionist. Who is a percussionist? Percussionist is a person who plays the drum, the tabla. So the person is known to be as percussionist. So there was one person, Ron Forbes, who spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way. So when Ron Forbes noticed that Evelyn Glennie, how much potential she has, the interest that she had shown was commendable. He suggested her to start with the two large drums, two different notes. Tune the two large drums to different notes and added that don't listen through your ears but try to sense it some other way. Suddenly, I realized I could not feel the higher drum from the waist up. Suddenly, I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. Now, Ron Forbes suggested her to not to listen through her ears but to sense it some other way. When Evelyn tried to listen to the instructions given by Ron Forbes, she did it the same way. She realized that the higher drum, now she realized that she could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. So this became the repeated exercise for her, and soon she discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. She opened up her mind and body to sounds and vibration. She could not hear it, but she could feel the vibrations in all different parts of her body. And the rest was sheer determination and hard work that she had put in for her journey with such difficult circumstances. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a young orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. So she continued the journey of learning instruments, she continued the journey for expressing music, and then she even got the opportunity to tour United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she attained the age of 16 years old, she decided that she's going to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3 year course, she had captured most of the top awards. So, when she decided to make music her life, she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music, the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London. And in the history of the Academy, she became the first person to score, one of the person to score the highest marks in the history of the Academy. Then, slowly and gradually, moving from an orchestral work, she moved to solo performances, performing alone on the stage. And by the time she completed her 3 years course in the Academy, in the Royal Academy of Music, she had already captured most of the top awards while she was still there in the Academy, because she got the chance to tour different parts of the country where she participated in different competitions, and she was even nominated for different kind of awards. She was awarded, she was bestowed upon by different kind of awards. She won many competitions. So by the end of the 3 year course, she had a number of awards on her name. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. So, Evelyn says that there are only two ways of going, of achieving towards the ladder of success, towards the success of achieving success, and that is that if you work hard, working hard, and knowing the correct direction, what you actually want from life, you will definitely reach there. So there should be two things. So students, there are so much, I would say, you could learn from her life, from the account that has been given in the book about her. She has mentioned that it was not so easy for her to move on to this difficult journey of her life. It was equally hard, and even we could say it was more than difficult for her. But she did not lose hope, and she knew that if she is going to put on the hard work, and she already knew that where she is going, what she wanted from life, and nobody could stop her. She reached there. She got right to the top. The world's most sought after multi percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. So, this is what she became at a later part of her life, that she became the world number one. She came at the top and became a multi percussionist who could play thousands of instruments. And not only this, she had a hectic international schedule because she would be invited by different kinds of organizations all over the world just to see her solo performance. Therefore, she had a hectic international schedule. She would be traveling all over the world. Now she had not limited herself to just to her own place or own country. In fact, she would tour the whole world. Therefore, her schedule became really hectic. It is intriguing, means fascination and curious, to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. She laughed. So, it was really fascinating to hear Evelyn expressing music beautifully without hearing it. one of the interviewers took her interview where she laughed and cracked a joke that she usually get confused with men with bushy beards. Why? Because whenever she would talk to people, she would not just look at the lips but also the whole face. Because by looking at their face, their facial expressions, by looking at the movement of the lips, she could feel the vibration of the sound produced by them, and she could actually sense or feel what the other person is saying. Here, she cracks a joke that men with bushy beards really troubles her because, as you know, you must have observed people with bushy beards. If you look at them, you their lips are not quite visible and their face is also not quite visible to see because their whole face is covered with what? It's covered with beards. So the person opposite to him will not be able to look at the clear face of that person, would not be able to see the movements of the lips as well. So it becomes really troubling. So it became really troublesome for Evelyn to look at the lips of the person with bushy beard or even look at the facial expression, the whole face. So that is why she cracked a joke. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear, but I could hear till I was 11, she says. She speaks flawlessly. The Scottish lilt, the Scottish language, because she could hear till she attained the age of 11 years old, and therefore she managed to learn the Scottish language. But it is still unclear, that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. Children, she not only knew Scottish language but also she learned French and also she mastered basic Japanese. And this is really unexplainable, that how she managed to learn both the languages when she could not even hear it. So this is the beauty that Evelyn Glennie had. You can see the picture of Evelyn Glennie on page number 19 playing xylophone effortlessly without hearing it. So we'll continue the second part of the lesson in the next tutorial. I would like all of you to go through this part of the lesson, underline the difficult words, write the meaning just above the word for better understanding. I've been repeating this again and again. And just try to, actually feel the chapter and learn from the circumstances that Evelyn Glennie had to face, and despite that, how she managed to overcome all these difficult situations of her life, becoming the topmost multi-percussionist.